Hey guys, John Hackelman here with the Hack Stand, and I want to talk to you about crazy, being mentally ill. It's such a big thing now to throw mental illness out there. Actually, it always has. I mean, there have been people that have gotten away, literally gotten away with murder because they played the mentally ill card, right? They innocent by reason of insanity. Let me ask you guys something. How fucking stupid does that sound? How stupid does a jury have to be, or how stupid does anyone have to be to say, oh yeah, that guy was crazy, that's not his fault. Yeah, let's let him go for that murder, that rape, that whatever, because he's mentally ill. Do you guys realize that there are over 60 million people in this country that have mental illness diagnosis? Okay? They have a diagnosis somewhere of mental illness. 60 million. That's like all of California and all of New York. Both states. Every single person in that state. That's how many people that is. It's absolutely asinine. Do you know how easy it is to go into a psychiatrist's office or a psychologist, but mainly a psychiatrist's office, and get a mental illness diagnosis? I mean, it's so easy, it's not even funny. I mean, I've actually literally seen it with my own two eyes when I worked at the prison. I was actually a prison psychiatric intake nurse. So I was the first line that these guys would come in when they first went to prison, and then I would see if they were crazy or not, go to general population or psych, and then if they went to psych, they'd have to go to the psychologist, then the psychiatrist. I had guys during my intake that I knew weren't crazy, but they would tell me and brag about it because for whatever reason, maybe the way I looked or whatever, they felt like they felt comfortable telling me that they've been getting psych categories the last 10 times they came to prison. They fooled psychologists and the psychiatrist. Why would anybody want to do that? Let me tell you why. Because when you go to prison, instead of the general population, if you can prove that you're a mental patient, you get easier time. You don't have to work. You still get half time without work. You get meds. You get psych meds. People like psych meds. They make people feel good. It's like heroin. It's like legal heroin. And when they get out, guess what? They have a psych diagnosis now. So they get to collect SSI, which is better than welfare, which most of them get anyway. Now they step it up. It's like a raise. They get SSI. So the mental illness game is always being played. They learn it as gangbangers in LA. They learn what to say when they get into prison. As soon as they come down and sit in front of me, I would even bet with some of my coworkers what they would say, because I would know. First thing they say is, how you doing? What's going on? Tell me what you're feeling. Well, I'm having suicidal ideation. What does that mean? I'm having suicidal ideation. Okay, what does that mean? They don't know. I'm having suicidal ideation. Okay, so I'll ask them, so do you want to kill yourself? Yeah, I want to kill myself. Have you ever tried? Yeah, I tried. Okay, how'd you try? Well, I cut myself. I go, okay, let me see the scar. All of a sudden, they're like, oh, shit. So they find a little scar they have on their elbow from like 8th grade riding a bike, and they go, yeah, right here. I got a scar right here. I cut myself. Tried to kill myself right here. It's a game. Mental illness is a game. Like I said, 20% of our population has a psych diagnosis of some kind or another. Do you think that Hitler, who killed 6 million Jews, 6 million, that's a lot, 6 million Jews, do you think he was mentally ill and should have been let go at reason of insanity if he got caught? Or do you think he's any crazier than a gunman in Oregon killing 9 people in a community college? Why is that person considered mentally ill and Adolf Hitler just considered evil? Why is Charles Manson considered an evil, like a devil? I mean, he's like the devil, what he did. They just think he's an evil, mean monster. But then some guy that kills a bunch of students, shoots them and stabs them in Santa Barbara, they say he has a mental disorder. Why would somebody, when someone kills someone, they say they're insane and they let them off? Is Pol Pot in Laos, was he insane? He killed 3 million of his own people. Was he insane? People just say he's evil. What's the differentiation when you kill someone if you're mentally ill or not? To me, anyone that kills another person is crazy, but they're not going to be considered mentally ill. I think it depends on the lawyer you get and how stupid the jury is. If the jury is less stupid, they're going to go, that guy's just, he killed someone. He's evil. And they'll put him away. And if they're stupid, like really stupid, they'll go, yeah, that guy is insane. Let's let him, yeah, he shouldn't be in jail. Perfect example. Why are there so many inmates going to Atascadero State Hospital? Most of those guys are just fucking evil fucks that were able to manipulate the system so they do their time in a hospital, hanging out, walking a lot more free than they are in a prison, and not having to work and getting psych meds. Why? How is it so easy to fool the psychs, the psychologists, the psychiatrists? Why can these evil, mean monsters, criminals, fool so many people? Okay, let me give you a couple examples of crazy versus not crazy. I had a patient. He cut both of his testicles off because the voices were telling him that he should be a woman. So he got a little bit of anesthesia from Oragel, which is given to babies, put it into a syringe, a little syringe, put it into his testicles to try to numb it, which it didn't much. Then he got a razor and he cut off both of his testicles because the voices were telling him he needs to be a woman. He denied being crazy. He didn't want to be in a psych ward. He didn't want to be in the psychiatric part. He thought he was just a regular person. He's crazy. That's crazy. Getting a gun and shooting innocent people because you can and they're not going to shoot back, that's not crazy. That's just evil. I'll give you another one. How many of these fucking, like the guy in Santa Barbara or this fucking nutcase in Oregon, what if they went to the Army Ranger or the Navy SEAL training grounds while they were shooting and tried to shoot them while they were armed? That's crazy. If these guys, if a criminal goes into a cop station with all the armed guys, pulls out a gun and say, I'm going to shoot you all, and they get shot by the cops, that's crazy. But getting a gun or a knife or hurting someone that can't protect themselves or killing someone that can't defend themselves, that's not crazy. That's evil. Okay? Get the two straight. Crazy is jumping out of a fucking plane. Crazy is cutting your balls off. Okay? Evil is killing it. But there's no craziness involved in a mass shooter shooting up a grade school, killing a bunch of innocent kids. That's just fucking evil. That's not crazy or mentally ill at all. Because they can't protect themselves. There's no mentally ill there. There's just fucking evilness. And there's evilness all over the world. And if we stop thinking, oh, they're mentally ill, they need our help, and start thinking, they're fucking evil, they better not touch me or I'm going to kill them, there's going to be a lot less of them. Because the evilness starts to go away when there's resistance against them. I'll give you a perfect example. The drunk guy in the bar who pretends he's so drunk he doesn't really know what he's doing, and he grabs the girl's ass because he's so drunk. I guarantee you when he walks up to a bouncer that looks like The Rock, all of a sudden he sobers his fucking ass up real quick. He doesn't mess with him. And when the guy that looks like Rock says, "What the fuck you doing?" He goes, "Nothing." He walks straight as a fucking arrow. These guys are not crazy. They are fucking evil. Okay, so let's get the two straight. Liberals and conservatives. You know, let's quit trying to pretend everybody's fucking mentally ill. All right? So, differentiate between evil and mentally ill people, and our world will be it would run a lot smoother without those fucking manipulation games. Thanks for